Not the kind that pours violently and forces people to hide, but the quiet rain, soft, patient, almost gentle. The kind that makes the city slow down and gives thoughts the courage to speak louder. It was during one of those evenings that she first saw him. She was in a hurry. Late, as usual. Her umbrella had broken that morning. Her hair clung to her cheeks, and her shoes were soaked through. Her mind repeated the same question again and again. Why does everything always fall apart at the same time? He was standing under an old streetlight near the crosswalk, just standing there. No umbrella. As if the rain didn't belong to him. She didn't understand why she stopped. Her feet simply refused to move. He wasn't looking at the people, the cars, or the traffic lights. His eyes were fixed somewhere beyond everything, as if he wasn't waiting for someone, but for a moment. "You'll get soaked," she said, surprising even herself. He turned his head and smiled. It wasn't the kind of smile that tries to impress. It was honest. "I already am," he replied, "but I don't think I mind." She hesitated, then held out the remains of her umbrella. "Then at least walk under this," she said. He nodded quietly and stepped closer. And so they walked together, two strangers beneath a broken umbrella, unaware that this small, accidental moment would change their lives forever. They talked about simple things, about rain, about coffee without sugar, about how sometimes silence feels safer than explanations. "I believe people meet for a reason," he said suddenly. She glanced at him. "Even strangers." "Especially strangers," he replied. Something about the way he said it made her chest tighten. They stopped at the corner where their paths separated. "Well," she said, not quite ready to leave, "this is me." He smiled again. "Then I'm glad it rained today." She walked away, not turning back, but feeling, somehow, that this wasn't an ending. They met again 2 days later. Same street. Same rain. This time, she smiled first. "Still no umbrella?" she asked. "Still trusting the weather," he said. They laughed, and that laughter felt familiar, as if it had existed long before they met. Soon, rain became their excuse. Coffee shops became their shelter. Conversations grew longer. Silence grew comfortable. He told her about his fear of staying in one place too long. She told him about her fear of being left behind. "I'm scared of loving someone more than myself," she admitted one night. He looked at her carefully. "I'm scared of not loving at all." They didn't kiss that night. They didn't need to. Love arrived quietly, in shared glances, in inside jokes no one else understood, in the way he always remembered how she liked her tea, in the way she listened, really listened, when he spoke. For the first time, love didn't feel like chaos. It felt like breathing. But love, like rain, never promises to last forever. One evening, he was quiet. She felt it immediately. "What's wrong?" she asked. He didn't answer right away. "I've been offered a job," he said finally, "in another country." Her heart sank, though she tried not to show it. "When?" she asked. "In a month." "A month?" 30 days. 1,000 unsaid words. "Are you going to take it?" She whispered. "Yes," he said. Honestly. Painfully. She nodded, even though everything inside her wanted to scream. "I understand," she lied. The days passed too quickly. They avoided the subject, laughed too loudly, held each other a little longer. On his last night, the rain returned. Of course it did. They stood under the same streetlight where they had first met. "I don't want to say goodbye," she said, her voice breaking. "Then don't," he replied. "Say see you later." She shook her head. "What if later never comes?" He took her hands. "Then at least we were real. At least we loved." They kissed for the first time. Not rushed, not desperate, but full of everything they couldn't say. And then he was gone. Time did what it always does. It moved on. She moved on too. Or at least she learned how to breathe without him. Life continued. New people came and went. But no one ever felt quite the same. Sometimes, when it rained, she thought of him. Sometimes, She hoped he thought of her too. Years later, on an ordinary evening, her umbrella broke again. She laughed softly at the memory and stopped under an old streetlight, still trusting the weather. The voice froze her in place. She turned. There he was, older, familiar, real. "I came back," he said. "I was tired of running." Tears blurred her vision. "You're late," she whispered. "I know," he replied, "but I never stopped loving you." She stepped closer. Neither of them needed an umbrella anymore. The rain fell gently, as if the world itself was smiling.